So, welcome to the skills call today. Today it's sometime in April. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lloyd Daly, and my background is I've been in business for a number of years and senior group leader position. Today we're here with Kate Thomas from South Wales. And do you just want to introduce yourself, Kate, and just tell everyone just a little bit about your background and your home life and stuff like that?
Yeah, so my name's Kate Thomas. I live in Cardiff. I've been in the business just over 5 years.
Okay.
I've got a background in environmental health. I was environmental health officer with the council for many years and came across Utility Warehouse when I was pregnant on my second daughter.
Okay.
While pregnant, we moved house a number of times and relocated. So it was just an opportunity. I'd already decided to take some time off work with the children, and this opportunity came along. And yeah, I took it, and it's given us that extra bit of flexibility that I've been able to stay at home working around the two girls who are now 5 and 7.
5 and 7. Okay, fantastic. And we've been talking about your business and where you want to take your business, and you mentioned to me that previously you'd found the business quite difficult in terms of coping with people that you went to see, and for whatever reason they didn't want to take up the offer of becoming a customer or a partner. Do you just want to tell us a little bit about the background to that and how that affected your mindset?
Yeah, I think I went through a phase and was just struggling a bit and seemed to be getting quite a lot of no's and quite a lot of a run of no's. And in the past, I haven't been maybe as consistent with the activity as I should have been. And those no's just really, when I got a run of no's, it put me off balance and I sort of stopped for a bit, and it's harder to get going. And yeah, the run of no's just really knocks your confidence, and it affects my momentum and motivation to keep going then.
Okay. Hearing no is probably one of the most difficult parts of the business. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter what offer we have or anything like that, how much money we can save people, all the benefits and stuff like that. And sometimes you still are going to hear the no's, and it's part of our business. And it's one of the biggest things that we can learn to cope with that and cope with the frustration to help us to continue in our business. So how did you get over that? How did you start dealing with some of the no's that you heard?
So after a bad patch, and my husband, who's not in the business but is very supportive, he used to keep on telling me, but you're doing well, you are getting some results, but you're just not doing enough of the activity. Okay. So around about that same time, I then decided I chose something about a chart of 100 and going for no. So I made myself up a chart of 100 blocks.
So you made yourself up a chart?
Yeah.
Is this just like a sort of, the closest I can think of it is do you remember Snakes and Ladders? Do they still have that?
That's basically just what it looks like. I went on a Word document, got the word graph out or chart. So it's literally 10 across, 10 down, 100 squares.
Okay. And so what was the purpose of that? What were you aiming to then do with that?
To fill those 100 squares up with a no. So I wanted 100 no's to just see how many no's I could get, but along the way also recording the yeses. Okay,
so how many no's have you got to date?
So far since I started it, I've had 44 no's.
44 no's. Now the fact that you were keeping it in this chart thing, in this graph.
Yeah.
Tell everyone, how many yeses did you get along the way?
Of those 44 no's, I've got, the same time as 44 no's, I've had 13 cancellations or no-shows.
Okay.
But I've had 18 sign-ups.
18 sign-ups?
Yeah, and of those, there's been 13 Daffy Goes, 3 energy only, 1 landline and broadband, and 1 ID.
Okay, so having it on the graph, still seeing the no's, but seeing the 18 yeses, if you like. What has that done to your mindset?
Oh, it's been massive, because I've just been able to see way before, because especially during times when my activity wasn't as good as it should have been, if you've got in your diary and you've only got 2 appointments booked in and one's a no, or there's nothing coming out, there's nothing to keep you going. But when I see this, and I was like, well, actually, of those 44, I've had 44 no's, but at the same time, I've had 18 yeses.
Okay.
It just, the stats, the numbers add up, and I've just got to get more of those no's, and I'll get the yeses that come with them as well.
Okay. So when are you hoping to complete your grid of 100 no's? When's that likely to happen?
Oh, definitely within the next few months. So it's been probably a bit slower than what I'd intended it to be, but I think it's one of those things, yeah, it doesn't matter whether you do it over a month or a year, it's just going for those no's. So yeah, I want to like fill it up.
Okay.
Within the next few months to fill up the no's.
So fill up the no's within the next 2 months. So, but you've still had 44 no's. So how has that affected your mindset now? I mean, when you go to an appointment and it's a no or yes for later or whatever you call them, how does it now affect your mindset?
Well, I want to know, because I want to fill in that space.
Okay.
So it doesn't bother me, because even if it's a yes, I get a sign up. If it's a no, well, I take another space off my grid, and I'm closer to my goal of getting the 100 no's.
Fantastic. And of the 44 no's so far, has any of them sort of come back to you as yet?
Yeah, four of them have become customers at a later date. So I work it that when I sit down and show them that presentation, if they don't sign up straight away, they go down as a no, because I've walked away from the presentation as a no.
Okay.
So yeah, 4 of those have actually signed up at a later date.
Okay, because this is quite significant as well, because when you were getting the no's before, were you sort of following those up and following those through, or was your mindset such in a negative space that you sort of just burnt your bridges with those people?
Yeah, a lot of them were. It was just like, oh, it's a no, right? That's like got scratched off the pile. That's one done. But now, if they're a no, I do follow them up more, and I've got the names there. So every time I go back to the chart to tick off another no, it's sort of, yeah, I'm seeing the names there in front of me, so that I can go and re-engage with them and make contact again. Okay,
fantastic. So let's have a look at what the yeses have meant. So you've got 18 yeses in that period of time. I know during that time you got to team leader. Anything else? Any other benefits?
The other one I've got is I qualified for the hamper before Christmas.
So you got the hamper, and Daffy Goals, quite a high percentage of Daffy Goals. What is that? Obviously some income there. What
obviously
enabled you to do?
What was that? Sorry, missed it.
What has that enabled you to do? The income from the Daffys and stuff.
Yeah, the income has just been the extra monthly income. Obviously, little one family here, just keeping their it's keeping the family money towards the family, and that, which especially when you go in the nose and you see your residual not as much, and then you see the Daffy Golds come in and obviously boost the quip. And it's nice to get the commission statements of the month when you've had those Daffy Golds come in. Okay,
so what's the outlook now for your business? So you're team leader. What are some of the goals you've got set for the coming months and years in the business?
So team leader at the moment and aiming for Orlando.
Orlando
holiday. Yeah, the children are marking off the tracker on that. And STL, and the mini by the end of the year as well. So.
And the mini by the end of the year. So that sounds like some amazing goals. And how are you creating the activity? What activity are you doing in order to generate appointments?
So I'm still speaking to people. I've had quite a few lately from the schoolyard, school gate, and neighbour letters I've been focusing on as well lately. Okay.
And do you have any, what would be your top tips for people who are maybe struggling with getting over some of the no's and stuff like that?
It's just to keep going, and we need the no's to get to the yeses. Not everyone's going to say yes straight away. It may not be the right timing, but they do come back. Just keep in touch with them. And my biggest thing is consistency.
Okay.
When you put it down, the business down, and you've got gaps, it's much harder to keep going. Where even when you get the no, just see it as another stepping stone, and you have to just carry on and keep the momentum going, the consistency, and the yeses come in. And the more yeses you get, the easier the no's are to deal with as well.
Excellent, fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, a fairly simple, straightforward solution to the challenge of how do you overcome those. And just to reiterate, this literally was a 10 by 10 grid, and you recorded the no's, and now you're actually looking for the no's, wanting to fill the grid and get your yeses as well. So that's a fantastic way to change the mindset in what we're doing with appointments. So, well, thank you very much for that, Kate. That's absolutely brilliant. Well done. And thank you for coming on the call and sharing that. What we're going to actually do is end the call here, because it's a short and sweet. It's a top tip for going to move your business forward. And why not share it with some of your team as well, if they're sort of struggling to find reasons that why they should continue, if maybe they're getting one or two people who are saying no. So enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great business building week. Happy Easter, if those of you who celebrate Easter, and we'll see you all very soon. So thank you very much, Kate, and thank you, and good night, everybody on the call.